guys.
Hello, hello, hello. This is so annoying. Why are you laughing
I
like this?
know.
Why are you laughing like this?
It feels weird to be in different spaces again.
I was just busted that we did this in one when we're in the same spot, and now it feels weird that we're doing it via
I
I don't know
know.
in
Oh my
remote
god.
capacity now. And this is our norm. This is how we record every time.
I know.
Anyways, hello guys.
How is everyone doing?
We hope you guys are fine. We really loved your engagement to the last episode. Like
Oh
I'm like,
yes. Oh
do
my
you people
god.
like things like that? You we should just tell Eniola to just find a way to just be here so that
Well,
we
you
can have
guys
more of these kind of
can't.
episodes.
You guys, you know what? You guys need to support our videos more. Maybe some travel agents can sponsor us and then give me
Share,
free ticket,
share you get.
because tickets aren't cheap, guys.
They
You
are
know.
not cheap. They are not cheap. And in fact, I know that you guys might be rolling your eyes this early in the episode. If you are not following us on YouTube, you are absolutely wrong because there are special
Honestly.
videos that we're going to be dropping on our
Oh
YouTube.
yes,
So
yes.
if
That
you are
you
not on
don't want to miss
YouTube,
out on that.
I don't know. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. If you have not subscribed, pause this episode now. Go
Literally.
to YouTube and go and subscribe.
Subscribe and then
Go
come
and
back and
subscribe and then
continue.
come back and continue. Anyways, how have you guys been? How are you,
Yeah.
Eniola?
Ooh, I've been good. It's been nice settling back again, being back in the UK and all of that. Interestingly, because of how good the weather was when we were in Canada, when I
Hmm.
got back, the weather shock was crazy. Like, we literally got back on Sunday, and Sunday was the first time I can tell you this year where we agreed to turn on the heating. We turned it on for most
What?
of the day because we're both freezing. I'm telling you, we're just like, what is this?
By the way, guys, I don't know how Eniola and Abe decided to choose the week that they visited Canada because it was so warm.
I
Like that week
know.
was so
I
warm.
know.
I remember myself on Saturday opening my suitcase, being like, you know what, I think it's time to wear shorts. I literally brought out like all my shorts and I'm like, yes, it's that time of the year.
I know. It
And
was so warm.
guess what happened? I brought out the shorts on Saturday. On Monday, I was back to wearing joggers
We came
because
with the sunshine, then we left with
it
it.
became cold again. I'm like, what is this? What
I
exactly is
know.
happening here? But it was really nice. Like the
It
weather was so
was.
good.
It was.
Like ah. They came at the I don't know how they choose. People need to be asking in like, how did they choose the week they decided to come? Because I
Drop
don't
it
know.
at DM, if you want tips on when to travel, and I can give you
Hey,
the
she's feeling like
inside
what?
inside information. Don't worry, I got you. I got you guys.
Okay. But how
How
are
have
you
you
feeling
been?
now?
Okay, well, better actually. It just takes like a few days to get back into the craziness of that is the UK weather, and it's been
Hmm.
raining nonstop, which is so annoying. But I think we're gonna have some sunshine this week. Amen to that. So everything should be
Okay.
fine. But back to regular programming, it's so annoying, and I'm sure we've talked about this in previous episodes where you go on break and then you take time off work and then
And
you're
then you
trying to
come
ease
back.
back into it. It's just like, ugh, what is this life that I've chosen for myself? Like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
Literally, but hey, there's somebody that's going to do the work for me.
It
Unfortunately,
is
there are
what
bills
it
to be
is,
paid,
oh. Yes,
so we
oh.
move.
We move.
How have you been? You look so nice today.
Thank God we don't look like what we've been through. That's all I have to say. Because you guys, adulting and work has been
Oh,
kicking my
jeez.
butt. Like it's been crazy. I'm looking good and all of that. And people see me doing I think I've also just come to terms with the fact that kind of like what Enida said, I'm like, the work needs to be done. There's nobody that's going
Yeah,
to do it for me.
I
So
know.
if
So
I like,
annoying.
I squeeze my face and be grumpy, the work will still be there waiting for me to come and
Exactly.
do it. So
Exactly.
what I said to myself on Tuesday morning was, you know what? It's gonna be busy for the next couple of weeks for you.
Jeez.
You just have to accept it and just go with the flow. There's no point in being grumpy about it
Mm,
because there's really nothing that I can do about it other than just do the work. So work has been really crazy, but I'm getting through it. I think with starting it with like a positive mind that you know what, it is what it is. Things
Yeah,
will even out, things will get better later on, has just
that
helped me
always helps.
through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to be too hard on myself, like feeling bad that oh, there's some things I typically would do that I'm not able to do. Say for instance, I
Yeah.
usually would maybe like 3 times in a week go to the gym in the evenings as well as in the morning. I've not been able to do evenings because I've been working late, but I'm not like beating myself or feeling so bad that
Girl, I think
oh,
you're my mentor.
I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. I'm working late. This is not gonna last forever. Let's continue. So
Yeah.
even in between, I'm just like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But you've been
But
doing so well though with your fitness. Because you know, when I was over at your place and I would just come down and then maybe wherever, maybe your husband or maybe your mom will say, oh, you've gone to the gym. I just be like, that's my friend. I'm gonna sit here and have breakfast. You know, we move.
I try. Like this week, there were days that I didn't feel up to going to the gym. What I did was, I'm like, if I don't do some sort of movement or workout, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So either I just go for like um a speed walk and just quickly do that and come back. But I just wanted to just get something done and not
Yeah.
just make the excuse of our work is really stressful.
Right.
um, but I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm looking like a Nigerian princess that I am. Like I feel like I've not. I literally said it before when I was coming down. So I was like, I've not looked this Nigerian in a bit. I'm
It's just
rocking
the
like
fabric, but it looks
Ankara.
nice. It's well
Thank you.
styled. Yeah.
I'm sure my mom's head will be swelling with this because my mom brought this when she visited,
All
and
right. That makes
I'm like,
sense.
you know what? It's Sunday. We're going to church. Let's just
Yeah,
back
I
up a
never
little
wear any
bit.
of the natives that I only have two that I never once since I moved to the UK, and I don't know that I wear. But it's just good to have them just in case.
Yeah, and
You
I'm not
never
gonna
know.
lie, like after I put it on and I looked at myself, I was like, oh, I actually miss, dressing up like this in like Ankara and all of that, going to church, and
Yeah.
it's nice. I'm glad
Hmm.
that I have it. The only thing with having this type of fabrics in this part of the world is the only time that I can technically wear it is
That's
around
another
now. Like I
thing.
have a short time frame that I can wear
Yeah.
it. I'm not a fan of during winter you now wear this,
And then
you
wear
now wear
a
jackets
jacket over
on
it.
it and wear
Yeah.
boots. Like it's not
Mm-mm,
it's
not
not giving. It's
not
absolutely
at
not
all.
giving. So I'm not a fan of that. So if you're
Same.
even going to be wearing boots, not like the proper winter boots, so maybe like
Mm-hmm.
those ankle length boots and all, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fine. And again, that depends on the style of the outfit. Like this
Actually,
one is like a kimono, so I can
that
absolutely wear like,
works.
yeah. But you can
Imagine if it
imagine
was a
wearing
gown.
gown or a rambuba I am wearing boots with it.
Nah,
It's
that's
not
off.
it's not gonna be adding up. So
That's for
yeah.
those abroad aunties that when they come back, they're always giving you gist of what is not happening, and then you see the pictures of when they're going to church, and you're
I am
thinking,
like,
"Auntie, this outfit is not giving."
this is not
Like,
giving. We know you are
let's
Nigerian or
yeah,
African,
like
but
let's
please,
drop it.
it's not
Let's not.
giving. By the way, I said I was gonna ask because this came up this morning. So when I was picking this outfit out,
Yeah,
my mom made sure that she got this an outfit for be in the same fabric as well.
yeah. I hate uncle.
Oh, thank God I'm not the only person. So
I hate
when
it.
when he came upstairs, I was like, I was thinking that he should also like wear a Nigerian outfit and all, since we really don't have any other place we wear them to, right?
Sure.
And I was like, in speaking to that, it's not that he should wear the same one that I am wearing the same fabric, another one. And I was like, I've never been a fan of like wearing
Never,
anko, like the exact
ever.
same fabric
Mm-mm.
together. Ah, God. I feel like it is back growing up. I remember like how we'll be going to church and you see
Yeah, and
like
it was
husband and
always
wife
church.
on bike. You can imagine
Exactly.
daddy, mommy, and the kids, everybody wearing
Kids.
the same thing. On I
Oh
say,
my
hey
god.
God.
So traumatizing. No.
Ah.
Not interested.
And since
Not
then,
doing
I've
it.
never been a fan of it. I'm not gonna like. I've
Mm.
never been a fan of it. I can wear my own today, and then he wears another,
Yeah.
material, and then on the day he's wearing this fabric, I wear something else. Not that we're going to wear.
I think the last time I remember wearing something like that was my mom's. 50th birthday. And from the styles that we each see, you could tell that we're not happy. You could tell that we're like my siblings and I were not happy with it. Like my dress was not even dressing. I think it was only my
Hey,
sister that even made an effort. My brother, like, you will see from my brother's face right from time. He's never been on board. My major older brother, he's never been. So you would tell from his face that this one is
it's
really not
not
on
aligned
board.
with this.
He's really not. He's not into this at all. And my mom will
Mm,
fall. Everything would you trip you everything about
of
how much
course.
she spends.
Spent
How
to buy the materials and then make them for you guys.
Jesus. Like, it's so crazy. Oh my God.
Mhm.
I know
I don't know.
even when for my engagement outfit, my mom kept
Yeah.
saying that I need to make something that is nice that I can wear again. And I thought, Mom, there's never an occasion for which I'm going to wear
To
that
wear it
outfit.
again.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
It's kind of like them saying that you should, make your wedding dress in a way that
That you
you're
can wear
going
it
to wear
again.
it.
Do
Like,
you
I'm not
understand?
gonna wear it again. There's no
Like,
need.
I mean, I remember even when we were picking out the outfit and everything, my mom kept saying that, oh, it doesn't really matter that people rewear their own for their naming ceremony. And I thought, Mom,
Hey,
first. I mean, I like the vote of confidence that you think that will actually be the same size after I've just had the baby.
right?
But then you think that I really want to go through this entire stress of wearing this thing. Come
Again
on.
for the
Come on.
ceremony.
Come on. No, it's not happening. That's not
Mm-mm.
happening.
If somebody even asks me, like, well, I can only say categorically that it's somewhere in my mom's house. Like, where's my wedding dress and my traditional wedding outfit?
Oh
I
yeah.
I just I don't know exactly where it is. Like, I don't know where it is. I feel like maybe so. I think it's just for ladies that it's a little bit like for guys. Well, they can't wear the agbada that they
Yeah.
used for the traditional wedding. You can't wear that to another person's event. Like,
Yeah.
are you coming to come and steal the Is it your event? But the inner, the other, I don't know
Fabric.
what they call that.
Yeah.
The trouser
Is it
and the
danshiki, I think.
buba set. I think I would call it buba. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
right, but let's just stick to buba. So the buba and the shokoto, the trouser, it's always nice. Like they can still wear it out
Yeah,
because
but
that's not always dramatic.
that's if it was made from fabric. Because I think the
Yeah,
entire zone
fabric.
was Ashoke fully from head to toe, everything.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think there was any fabric infusion in there, if I remember vividly.
He
So that one
tried though.
is
Was that not too heavy in like on
I
him,
don't
like
even know.
everything in total?
I don't know. But yeah, I think that's what he did. So there's
Yeah,
like
so if it's
nowhere
made out of fabric,
is
not the ashoke, there
yeah,
you can rewear it. But
true.
if it
At
is
least they can wear
there,
their suits. There's no way you're wearing your wedding dress to
I
anyways.
know they can. Yeah, they can definitely. I don't know. I think for in fact me, I think I even came back with my reception wedding outfit, and I don't think did I come. I think I might have come with it because I feel like okay, that one I should be able to wear it. But
Okay,
because it's
fair.
like a lot of like bling bling bling, I've not still found like somewhere to
Words,
wear it.
words.
Because in my head, I'm like, you want to go and overdo past the the host. Why do you want to wear something? I've not worn
Maybe
it. I don't
somebody will
think
throw a themed party that will allow you to wear something of the sort. Maybe.
yeah. I honestly don't
Yeah.
even know where it is. It might be somewhere that's how I don't even have any plans to wear it anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Fair
That's if it
enough.
still fits
Hmm,
anyways.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I
Anyways,
said I was going to bring this gist, and I know that maybe we're late to the party, especially like by the time this episode is coming out.
okay, you bring it,
But
bring
this
it.
old gist that came out about the footballer who is supposed to get divorced from his wife, and your last face is like she didn't hear this
No, no,
gist.
no, 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 no. I heard this, but I thought I read something about it being fabricated. But hey, go on.
Okay, me, I don't know of that one. But the gist around the fact that okay, then they got to court and typically you're supposed to split, everything that the guy owns and give some to the wife and all of that. And then they got to the court. I realized that the guy does not own
So she was asking for 80%.
80.
Yeah, she was asking for 80.
I didn't even know auntie 80%. Let's be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yeah,
serious? She was asking for 80%.
apparently so. Apparently so.
That one is too much. Another person's mom. money eighty
Yeah, I believe
percent.
it's 80 and not 50. I don't think it was
Yeah, I
50.
thought it was like like half, so
Equal,
so 50
half of it.
50.
Or maybe I'm wrong, go. Let's not give our viewers wrong information, please.
But me,
I
I
don't want
didn't even
anybody to
know
call
that
me
was like
out.
I didn't know the gist. I thought it was like 50 50. And she has kids for him and all of that. So in my head, I thought it was going to be like 50 50. And
Yeah.
when they go to court, they now heard that uncle, there's nothing to the bros name. Actually, all his income and everything goes to his mom.
Mm-hmm. So I think based on, yeah, it was more than half of it. So I believe that's my my initial
My own
speculation.
take was
Yeah.
eh, it
So
should be 50 50. But when you heard the gist, because the whole everywhere was, this gist was trending everywhere.
yeah,
Some people were like, yes, that serves her right. The guy is smart, and blah, 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 blah,
I think
blah.
that's just stupid.
What is your take on
I
it?
think that's just plain stupid. Like, I mean, the context of, so what were we doing all the while that we're together? Because this, it's the best of my knowledge, that's his wife and not his baby
Baby
mama or his
mama.
girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking to myself, what was the plan for you to have all your money be and all your assets be in your mother's name? Because last I checked, it's supposed to be both of us in this union together.
Together.
And I know that, yeah, divorce can be very messy and people ask for ridiculous things when it comes
Yeah.
to, you know, splitting the finances and the assets and all of that. But removing the divorce aspect of it, in reality, the challenge that I believe exists today is people are generally not very open with themselves when it comes to the partnership that is supposed to be marriage. So from
Hmm.
the onset, I feel like people are already doing things for the sake of, if he breaks up, then I'm covered. And as such, you cannot even be fully committed into
To the
what you're not trying to
relationship.
break. Do you understand? Because
Yeah.
if you've already put in all these caveats and all
In
this,
place for if it
yes,
does not work.
work,
Then that
then
means you're
there's
going to
really
be
no need
working
for
on the
it.
premise of, well, I already have things set up in place just in
Do you
case it doesn't
get,
work.
like, there'll be no need for you to put in any effort. Like, if it doesn't work, we'll move. Like, the kids are
Mm.
yours, you take care of your kids. That's what a lot of people say. My kids will be taken care of. Whatever happens to the person. Yeah. I feel like it's a very stupid idea. It's just like those that
Yeah.
end up dating mommy's boy and then think that everything is gonna be okay with you. There's nothing that's gonna be okay with you. It's supposed to be
I
a
don't
partnership of
know.
two people. So
Yeah.
if you can't be open with me as to what you own and
It's
it
that
can't be in
openness.
both of our names, and if you decide to buy anything our kids name, we can't come to an agreement about that, then I don't want to be in this union. I mean,
Because in my head, I'm like, why? Like, what's the point of getting married to this person if you're okay with sharing some part of you, but you're not open to sharing your finances? Like, how possible is it that you're married and your spouse is not like your next of kin? Like,
right.
how? I understand that maybe, like, before getting married, you clearly have another next of kin, maybe your parent or your sibling.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you're married, how come your spouse is not your next of kin?
I think to be fair,
And
from
how
our
possible is it, safe, that you're married to this person and your salary is paid into your mother's account, everything
it's
is in your
possible now.
mother's
What are you
name?
saying? What are you saying? See, I think
What's
that,
the point? Because in my head, I'm like, you share every other thing. Like, you share your body with them, you share the house with them, you share,
yeah, that doesn't really count for anything from a lot of people's
and you can't
perspective.
share your finances.
From a lot of people's perspective, it doesn't even count for anything. Because people will say that if they had a girlfriend, they're sharing their body with them, doesn't mean anything. If I had a baby mama, they probably living with me at some point, doesn't mean anything. I think we
People like that
also
should not even
forget,
should have not been married. It should
oh, what
have
are
been
you
better if
saying?
she was his baby mama and that was it.
Fair. In all reality, I agree with you. But
Because if you
then,
don't trust the person
ugh,
to that point, then what's the marriage
see,
about?
there, we are coming in with the mindset of full disclosure, open
Disclosure.
up. But there are people that are going to marry for different reasons. There are people that are going to marry because they just want financial security. There are
Hmm.
people that are going to marry because they just want to have a kid. It doesn't matter the circumstance. There are people that are going to marry because they're trying to get out of a shitty situation. For those that feel like they've been caged by their families, marriage can be their escape for them. So there are different reasons. And you know that if you're not going with full partnership, it means that I may not be open with you with my finances. Yeah, the things that I feel like are my own. Haven't you heard stories of women that are building houses that husbands don't
Yes,
know
what are you
about?
even saying? It's from. Do you remember that there's this series on Nani TV that
Game on.
Game On? Yes,
Yeah.
Game On. And I think she was building a house
Oh
without
yeah.
her
Yeah.
husband knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I like. I don't know. It just feels so weird for me. So this particular scenario, like what came to my mind is, if he didn't trust that enough, he could have just done prenup from the beginning to say, okay,
I
this and this
think
and these are the rules. So the woman is already aware from the get go that okay, anything that I didn't bring into this marriage, if it ends, then I'm going away with nothing.
one other angle for the story may be that it may just be that boy that is so attached to his mom that his mom manages every of his
Everything.
affairs beyond maybe the only thing she doesn't manage is who he decides to sleep with and then have a baby with. Every
So
other thing he
is he not an
manages.
adult?
What are you saying? What are you saying? What does adulthood got to do with anything? The fact is that if he's so attached to his mom and he feels like his mom knows everything and is the best person to speak to about anything, he's probably going to meet her and he feels like his mom is never going to hurt him. He might meet some
Hmm.
random woman and then she can take advantage of him and his successes and his everything that he owns, but he knows that his mom is not going to hurt him. So he just feels more comfortable. And some people are actually very attached to their mothers that it doesn't really matter I mean, this is synonymous to the scenario of a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law situation where the husband will take the side of the mother-in-law of his own mother
When I see those
against his
things are
own
in
wife.
movies, I always think this
It
can
happens
only
in
be
real
happening in
life.
movies.
What
Like
are you
it can't
saying?
be happening true.
Oh, it happens in real life. For like it happens in real life where the husband would just say, yeah, just do whatever his mom wants. That's what his mom, his priority, his mom. What are you saying? Over his wife.
The
Oh,
best could just marry their mother then. The best could
so
just
many
marry their mother
scenarios like
then.
that.
But
So many
truly,
scenarios
if
like that.
the
Yeah.
auntie, if the wife was really asking for more than 50%, then she too she's been
A
unreasonable
gold
because it's
digger.
not fair. Like this person worked for their money. You just want to come from nowhere and just say, give me whatever percent. Another person's
See,
money.
especially when kids are involved, there's so much argument and how spouses can make an argument for getting a lot more money because the man is actually not doing anything. She make an argument, for example, that the kids will probably be living with her. She has to manage their bills. So the drama around this
No,
is
but
first,
the way I see that in my own head is okay, you guys split 50-50, right? But these guys still give, a certain money, maybe on a monthly basis, however, cadence you guys agree upon to support taking care of the kids. That would make more sense to me than you saying, oh, the reason why I want 70% or 80% of your money is because I give birth to your kids. Are they not my kids
yeah.
too?
Well, there's always greed involved in this thing for sure. There's always greeting, especially when there's already anger and resentment at the point of divorce. You're gonna do everything
Hmm.
you can to make that person be in a worse state than you met them, just because you want to make your point be passed across to let you know that you don't do this to me. You don't, whatever the case is, whatever situation brought about the divorce. One person will always want to. I feel like shortchange the other person, except there
The
was a
other
mutual
person.
agreement to go separate ways. Yeah.
Now, anyways, that's our take on it. I hope I not too late to the party, but anyways. So I wanted to ask Eniola this question on today's episode with regards to how she planned. I am a sucker for surprises. Like I
Oh
love
yes, you
surprises.
are.
And I'm cute. Like I don't know this story yet. I know that we were together for what 6, 7, 8 days, thereabout.
7, yeah.
7.
Days, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still don't know the full length of like how she planned this surprise thing because I was just on my. And by the way, I don't know if that video is going to ever make it to the internet because I look like in the video. I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
it's
feel
going
like
to
I look
make it
like
at
a.
some point. Of course, we have to put it there at some point. I
See this
have the video.
girl.
Do you have the video? Do you
I
have the
don't have the
video?
video. I actually don't have the
Exactly.
video.
I have the
But
video.
okay, fine. Let's move on. How, like, what came to your mind
Ooh.
when this process started? Because How? I want to know, and I'm sure the listeners do want to know how.
So, as you guys already know, and I've said so many times on this podcast, I've
Hmm.
never really been still not fully sold on the Canada dream, right?
Hmm.
And there was a time where there was so much buzz around it. Okay, let me retrace. So 2019, Timitai was talking about, oh, Canada this, Canada that. Um, I didn't really take it seriously, honestly, because I already in the UK and I'd been here for a little bit, so it was just like my vibe. So I was just like,
Hmm.
I'm UK,
The
but if you
second
want to go,
Nigeria.
at the time it wasn't. At the time it wasn't.
Hmm.
Um, but I was just like, if this is something that you want to do, go ahead with it. And at the time we were married, so there wasn't like any connection as to me being attached with the application or anything like that. It was just like, oh, you do it and see how things go. And Canada and the immigration system are famous for taking forever,
Forever. Forever.
forever. So we all
Everything
know
with
that this is not
immigration.
something that you can start today and be like, okay, in the next six
You're
months, in
planning
the next
around it and you're certain.
yeah, that this is what's gonna happen. So you just went with it, and I didn't even put my mind to it because, like I said, I wasn't really big on the Canada dream because yo, the cold. I've not experienced it yet, but from what I do see, it's not nice. It's not okay at all.
Are we no we that were here? Are we not okay? Are
I
we
don't
not
know how
fine?
you do it, girl.
When you came, was I not okay? Was I not fine?
I don't know, but
You don't
clearly,
know.
I don't know yet. I don't know if it were for me. So, but I kid. So it was just one of those things that just I just let be. I just didn't know. One of the things that I think from conversations that we had before, because you've asked me several times of, oh, what's the plan? Where are you going to end up? I didn't really
Yeah.
know. I wasn't really Canada wasn't top of my mind. UK, yeah, because oh, it's closer. Family, it's easier for family to be here. My brother, one of my brother is here. Sort of made that community. It was just for me. UK, it is. And
Hmm.
I was also sold on the idea of going to other European countries like Geneva, Switzerland, like living
Excuse me.
there.
Have you thought of exploring North America, South America, the
Nah,
Caribbeans,
anything
and
with
all that?
America, I don't really fight. I don't really enjoy it. America, I just think
Do you
of
see this
gun,
girl?
gun and America,
No.
good and nah,
She
whatever the
this girl.
America. I don't care.
She has not even tried. She's not as if she has visited any country in North America apart from Canada, which happened literally this month. But she can be doing anything she hears America. She sees God. She sees this.
I mean, guys,
Okay.
I'm sure that I'm not the only one. I don't care whether it's the continent that we're referring to or it's the country. If it's America, that's what I think about. So I wasn't even really sold on. I thought
You
it's
don't want
far.
to go to like Mexico. You don't want to go to like
For holiday,
eh
holiday. You know,
the
wait. If I
European countries you want to go to. Is it not for holiday too that you want to go and be
no,
visiting,
me,
or you want to move and go and stay
I
there?
literally want to live. Like I have this fantasy of living in Geneva for like 3 years. I know it's crazy, but I have this
And I've actually
dream.
heard that Geneva is hey, let people not come and drag me. That Geneva is not all that per se.
I don't care. I want to go and then say, okay, this is my own experience. Like people now will say the UK is not all that. The way I'm saying Canada is not all that.
Ugh.
I just want to go to Geneva at some
Okay,
point in my
fine,
life.
Madam
So
Geneva, be
thank
going.
you, thank you. So that's what happened. Then, I think early 2020. Then Timitai went ahead with his application. Is so application being PR, federal skilled worker application,
Yeah.
and then submitted. Like I said, I know Canada immigration not famous for not for taking
Ha,
forever.
I'm a testimony of that.
Exactly.
Almost
So,
2 years
jeez, it's
of
crazy.
waiting.
So I didn't even put my mind to it. Then things like literally, I think 2 or 3 weeks after I submitted, COVID happened. So in my mind, I'm like,
You're like, okay, there we go.
wait, what's long? That's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. So I didn't even put my mind to it. But he was so positive about it. And Temita is somebody that if he has his mind to do something, however long it takes, he will see it through to the end. I tell him that it's a good trait to have, and it's a
It
good thing
is.
that is that way. Because left to me, I would have really moved on. I would have forgotten it and moved on my life. So he submitted, I think early, this was like February of 2020, and nothing happened, of course, COVID. And then December, when we got married, he added me to his application. No, more like
No,
inform them that
that
his
yeah,
status
I
has
might
changed,
change though. I
is
now
now
have like an
married.
additional person, you know.
Do you understand? And then nothing happened again. So we just continued. At that point, however, because he was the person that initiated the process and he already had friends that were doing it, if you had questions, those were the people that you went to. So, and I know that you are knowledgeable about it because you've also gone through that process, but it wasn't necessarily my application. So, there was no need for me to initiate that conversation with you. Plus, I
And
did not
you know,
even
let
know.
me pause there, guys. I remember that there was a period, I can't remember the year, but I knew that there was a period where we spoke about it. Like, you're like, oh, you know, Tyre is saying, you know, Canada way,
Okay.
and all of that. And that was it. Like, so in my head, I was like, okay, maybe because the conversation stopped. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, okay, he eventually submitted his application. I thought that in my head, I was like, okay, maybe Eniola has been able to convince him because Eniola has never really been a team Canada. So I just assumed that, okay, you know what? Eniola might have been able to convince him to say, forget this Canada thing. Let's just face UK, right?
Yeah.
So that was my thought. Because in my head, I was almost certain that if they were following through on that plan, I was going to know about it. But
Fair.
again,
Fair.
I did not know.
Yeah. So for me, I was just like, there was really nothing for me. If I was going to tell you, it was just going to be, oh, conversation, this was happening.
Mhm.
So for me, I was just like, this thing can take up to 5 years. So that's how I'll be talking about it for next 5 years. Nothing will
But my own,
forget,
were we not talking about it for two
because we're not
years?
already there. Were
Even
we
though
not all using it as a prayer point? How can you be there and you not have PR? Is it not a reason for us to all pray?
honestly, see, Canada immigration process is extra long, and then COVID now happened,
Do you understand?
and that's still part of their excuse till today. Like
Mm-hmm.
that COVID that everybody at this point in time has kind of like moved on from, right?
Exactly.
We all had to turn into prayer point because Kilo Day submit application 1 year passed, we're still
Do you
waiting.
know, it's
Second
just
year passed,
crazy.
second year is just about to pass, but we give God the glory. The story has
Thank God.
changed.
You know.
So you
Um
cannot imagine if my story has not changed, my friend will now walk into Canada as a permanent resident. Me that have been here for almost 5 years, I'll still be a temporary resident. But my
ah,
God said, I'm going to change your story, dear. By the time your friend comes, you will be
oh
at least on the
my
same status level.
god. So I think we just continued, nothing happened, right? This was now, so 2020 went, nothing happened. 2021 was going, nothing was happening. And so we now started to have the conversation of, okay, like UK, I know that you are set on Canada, I am set on UK, but this long distance thing,
And it's not giving
it
anymore. You
has to
need
have
to.
end dates at some point.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to be thinking Canada. Plus, I thought about it that even if your Canada comes to today, I'm not gonna pack my bag and be going. I still have something that
Immediately.
I'm doing that I need to
Yeah.
finish. Do you understand? So I think the minute I started to warm up to the idea of, oh, okay, let's see UK wise, job opportunities, other things that I can do, yeah. And then that conversation of Canada was just on like we just altered
Whenever it
alter.
happens,
Yeah,
okay, but it's beyond our control.
exactly. So the thing was, now backtrack a little bit in Chem roots. Our
She was
guest,
on our last episode.
yes,
So if you don't know Miss Jasmine,
yeah.
then that means you've not
You've
listened
not
to the
seen the
episode
previous
or watched it on YouTube. So this is your
am
cue
I is on you if you have not
is to
seen
go
it.
and watch and listen.
So now, Inyam and I were in the UK together, right? I left the UK for a little bit while she was still here, just more like taking a break before commencing my PhD. And then she was, so we were both, let me put like, we were both on the same program with the same end date. But because I wanted to go the route of PhD, I needed to complete my master's earlier than planned. So she continued on why I finished and then went back to Nigeria for a little bit. So while she was in the UK, she was working and had a hope that the company she was working was going to sponsor her.
Yeah.
It was they had not really sponsored somebody before, so they kept saying, "Oh, we'll explore the option, we'll see." And
Hey.
it takes a process for companies to like get registered, to get a
Hmm.
license, certificate of sponsorship, etc. But she kept hoping. And I think almost close to the tail end of her visa, they then said they couldn't, which obviously
Jeez.
was heart wrenching for anybody you expect, because especially when you've already found a place here, you said a home and everything. And so at the time, I just started saying, and I think my brother in the UK had come to visit us, and I told her that, oh, she could start to explore the option of Canada to see if it will work out for her, since you never Nigeria. It sucks when you're being abroad. You now go back to
Yeah, you now
Nigeria.
come back.
Everything
Ah,
will annoy you. Everything will
everything
annoy
will be
you.
irritating you, starting from the roads, the lights.
Ev-
Everything will just be irritating you. Be like, this is not the life I've been living.
Do you get? But I think, like myself, she wasn't really sold on the Canada idea, so she didn't really do anything about it. And I think I also wasn't sold on it. I was not even in the right place
So
to
even
convince
having
her.
your best friend in Canada was not enough selling points.
No, I know. Ha. No.
That's true. Even speaking about this, I'm just remembering how back when we used to work together at the same company in Lagos, how when we both said, we're approaching the time where we wanted to leave and
Yeah.
we're both doing our plans. How come we actually never actually asked each other, why do you want to
Going
go
to
to
Canada,
UK?
I mean, going to
Why do you
UK.
want to go to Canada?
I
Because
don't
we
know.
could have both, gone to the same place.
Actually,
But we never
actually,
actually spoke to each other why we wanted to go to the countries we
I
wanted to go
don't.
to.
That's
It was
true.
kind of like, okay, you want to go to UK, okay, all the best.
Fine. You want to go
I'm
to
planning to
Canada?
Canada.
Yeah,
That's
all
where
the
I'm going to
best.
stick to.
Yeah.
We never challenged each other's
I
decision as to
know.
why did you want to go this. And I think that that's kind of how our friendship
Friendship
is like
is,
as well.
yeah.
We don't force the other person's
Actually,
idea
yeah,
or the other person's
sure.
opinion about things on the other. No, you want to do
That
this, it
makes
makes
sense
sense
now.
to you. Okay, cool, fine, all the best. I'll stick to my own
Yeah.
style too.
I know. So I think we are as well. She wasn't really too sold on it, so it was more like, okay, let's see. She was also explaining the option of come back to the UK, the connections that she had made, networking that she had done that could potentially allow her to come back. So it was not a conversation that I really put, because I also wasn't sold on it.
Sold on it.
So 2021, I believe, she then started to think about it a lot more, and then I think started to explore the options. Then she needed somebody that was already in the process to guide her, and so I said, oh,
Hmm.
the time I submitted, though, it can let you know what the process is like. I don't really know because I'm not really into it, but it can guide you on it. So they started talking and things like that. And then at that point, um our application started to move. Why? I don't think the entire zone had still moved. And this was the time where people were then sending email to IRCC to say, oh, I've submitted my application this period, nothing has happened. And people were getting responses after
And this is
notifying
another
them.
thing with CICs. You
Or
cannot
is
say,
this
oh,
CRC,
this
IRC? I
person,
don't know.
RCC, same thing, RCC
Okay.
and CIC. This is another thing with them where you cannot say, this person's process for the same application I'm putting in took them 2 weeks, then it will automatically take mine 2 weeks. It doesn't work that way. You cannot
Yeah,
use somebody else's, like,
actually,
someone that submitted after you might get approval before you,
absolutely.
which for a normal person doesn't make sense because you
Doesn't.
expect, okay, first in,
First in,
first
first
out,
out.
right? But you'll be amazed at, like, I wish I had some insight into how their system works because sometimes it does not add up.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
will somebody submit application after you and your own is not moving and the person that
So
submitted after you, their
after
own
he's
application is
moving,
moving? How are
right?
you people assigning these cases?
I know. So when I told her to talk to me, I also said, hey, Evergreen has also done this process, so she probably also knows. So talk to her. Now, after she had talked to her, it was just something like, oh, this person knows, speak to them and see how things goes. Then it occurred to me, there was one day we're talking, I was just like, Inkem, hold on, no, because as you're talking to Evergreen, she don't know that Timothy have submit. Because now that I'm thinking, I'm just
It's
like, if
like,
this thing she actually pull through, this may be a major surprise. Just don't go and jabber. And literally, I'm not even joking.
and
Literally,
then
that
Kim
day she
actually
said,
said it that every time she's always, because it became a thing where when myself and Kim are talking, we'll rant again and be like, ha, CICO, they're taking time because I then knew that, okay, she had submitted and we would
yeah.
now be ranting and I'll be like, even they didn't even say, let's even pity the person that is already inside. Let's pity her. She paid international student fee. She has been working here. She's been paying taxes. Let's help her continue. So we will rant and she'll just be like, hopefully they just answer us and, we all get to like see each other. But I never again I never would add any when she says us. I used to just feel she's talking about the two of us, but
Okay.
I didn't know that she meant us, like you
Ah,
guys,
right.
herself, and me.
Right, right, right.
So
Okay.
saying it when you guys were around, that she it was after she has said us multiple times,
Yes.
but I didn't know, so I never had anything together in my head. Then and you let them pull that and say, Auntie, but yeah, you should not be saying anything because there are other
Yeah,
plans.
exactly. So I was just like, if you know that the entire is in the process, it almost kills like the part of okay, if it then works out and then we didn't come, it would I mean it may still be a surprise to you because you're easily
It could
surprised by
still be a show.
anything.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
But I was just like, I don't know that it will have that same effect of wait, how is this even possible? So that's when I started to nurse the idea of okay, this can potentially be an opportunity to surprise you. Do you understand? So I just said, do not tell anybody. She don't tell whatever happens, do not say anything. And so it was just in Timothy and I that knew that okay, this could potentially be right. So she submitted her application, I believe, end of 2021 or maybe beginning of 2022. And then she then notified Temitayo that our process was beginning to move really fast. And because you also had the community of people, the people that apply, they always have this other person and this
Yes,
other
there's
person and that
see,
other.
it helps a lot when you have other people that are in the same boat. You guys are
Yeah,
all waiting because you guys are sharing things. You feel like you're not alone. It can feel, I don't know how people do it when you submit application, especially with Canada immigration, and you don't, and you're not in one sort of group, maybe on Nairaland or on Facebook, where you're seeing how things are. I don't know how they're doing it, but
sure, sure.
when I remember when I applied for my study visa back then as well, I wasn't in a group per se, but I was reading up on things on
Naira
Naira Land
Land.
and
I
seeing how
was
things
doing
were
the same as well.
progressing because I just wanted to know that okay, if things are started picking up, I can start to pray that okay, my case will also move,
Yeah.
and also get to see trends as well. What are they
Is that
asking for? Are they,
mm-hmm.
and all of that. So
So
yeah,
the good thing about Inkem submitting first, no, submitting after Timothy had submitted was she submitted before she then added her husband after they
spouse,
got married. So that was part of the reason why she was like, "Oh, let me submit and then we'll do it." So the process for submitting as a couple is different from when you submit as an
submit as an
individual
individual.
and then add the spouse. So
Yeah,
when our process was moving and then Timothy then got notification, I believe it was April 2022 to say okay, you said that this person is not your spouse, bring all
give
this
their document.
XYZ information. It was easy because Nkem had literally just gone through the process like 2 or 3 months ago. So
Hmm.
I just, submitted all. In fact, at this point, it was at this point that
They were
my
just
husband
like,
was,
okay.
no, no, no. Temsa was no longer involved in what was happening. He just hands this over like,
And say,
I've
well,
been doing the process before.
it's time for you to
It's,
jump on now and do your
jeez.
own.
So this was the first time that I knew that these guys are crazy. The amount of it. See, I was gathering information like somebody that was trying to defend herself that she's not a criminal.
I
Like the
swear,
information I was provided,
you
I'm
give
like, what
information about yourself, your parents, your sibling that are not involved in
CBs?
the application. No, like
The
they
story I
are not
was
applying
writing.
with you. You
The
give
story.
your history. And the funny thing is, if there is gap in the history that you provided, so
Do you
maybe for instance,
understand?
you put 2020 to 2021, and then you skip 2021, you went to, they will ask you for what happened between 2021 and 2023.
I don't know. In came and I in came on this one, that one, this one. I just it was so annoying. And then almost immediately, no, I think what we then did was did we wait to get okay, I think we then waited to get okay, we actually waited to get notification for medicals and that came
Medicals.
like maybe 1 week or 2 weeks after that. It's like these people
Hey,
are working on steroids now because the way they are
moving.
not moving mad. So I went for medicals as well. In fact, the day I went for medicals, I met another couple Nigerians that were also trying to do medicals. I said, well, okay, you people from the UK, so you want to go Canada?
Ajapa to Canada.
Okay, good. So I did medicals. This was not like May. I remember submitting in May. So we just did medicals, did the additional bank statements, everything that we knew that they could possibly ask for.
Just give
We
them.
just
There's
gave them.
never too much information to give viruses.
Honestly, we
Pack
just
it and
put
give them.
everything there at once. And so it was like, okay, I've just done this one. In Kim has passed this one. She has now moved to this other stage. So it was like she was moving. We're coming right behind her. She was moving. We're coming right behind her. So there was something in like May. And then there was nothing from like June, July, August.
The wait. Jesus
Exactly. At
Christ.
this point again.
You learn
So
patience.
the thing is that I wasn't fully sold on it. Like I said, at every point they did not answer. I just said, oh God, move on. They really did not, they're not rating us. Move on. Let's go to other things. But Inkem was like, no, she goes far. She was like,
Ah,
we're in this together. I have somebody, it's
I
gonna
can
happen
imagine
for
the
you,
game's
one
vim.
way or the other. So she always tell me she'll be telling me timeline of, oh, this is when that won't happen. I'm like, Inkem, if nothing's happening. She was like, no, no, it's going to happen. That they're really moving fast. Anyways, Inkem then got passport request.
Request.
I don't even remember the month now. So and again, Timothy it sent an email as to, oh, we submitted something, nothing has happened, and they said they are reviewing it. And so I think it was like exactly a month after I sent that email that we now got passport request. And I remember that we were in Marrakesh at the time when it got passport request.
Sure, you see this girl. She was in Marrakesh. Me, I was there, soaking in all the photos as if I was in Marrakesh with her, not knowing that this was happening.
I think it was literally the first day when we got back from our first tour activity that we got the email. I already called Inkem. I think Inkem almost called you. She almost did call you that day. She now had to draw herself back. And I was like, girl, do not. Because I think out of excitement, she just wanted to say,
Yes, like
eh. I'm just like, don't do it. Do not do it. So I think this was when it became clear to me that, oh shit, this surprise could actually happen. Like it was just one of those things that I had an idea in my head, but it didn't really seem like something that could materialize. And so when we got back, we then submitted the passport. I say that whether I submitted the right passport, I don't submit the right passport, it didn't even know. Temta didn't know. But thankfully, we got our passport back in like 1 week or something. And so it was like, okay, when do we want to go? Now, it was so good also because we were now actively talking about Girls Trip 2022, Girls
hmm.
Trip 2022. And I was like, oh, yes, it's going to happen. But before then, we will see. Do you understand? So I was just like, okay, we need to book our ticket for maybe April time. I really wanted to be around your birthday time because I felt like that would really bang. But in
Yeah.
terms of work, it just wasn't working, right?
Yeah.
Everything wasn't gelling. So we just said we did the day after. Now, of course, how did I want to do it? First of all, I need to get your address somehow. And I just knew that you would maybe raise your eyebrow, like, why am I asking for your
Yes,
address?
I'm going to
Like,
be like, what's happening? Why do you need my address all of a
do
sudden?
you
Like,
get like that would have been weird. Although the minute I said I could have said I wanted to send you a passport, I'm sure that you would have just been like, "What's this girl doing?" So that would have been really weird.
mm,
So obviously the only person that was involved, the middle person, was in
wasn't
Kem.
Kim.
That
Like
I
I
had to
remember
tell.
clearly when Kim messaged me, I was like, you know what? We're actually going to come because we talked about them Kim coming around and all of that.
Yeah,
And she then just messaged and was like, you know what? We're going to come during Easter. And I was like, my mom is actually going to still be around. She was like, yeah, it's fine. We'll just come. I was like, okay, it's all right, it's fine. Like I was just like, okay, it's actually like a long weekend, so that makes sense. It's all
yeah,
right, it's cool, whatever, and all of that. So I was like, okay, fine. So she asked for address, which again, they were coming around. So
yeah,
there was no issue. Right. So I gave I had the address. So she collected address from me. And do you know that came very fresh? She was like, this is what I'm seeing on Google Maps. So is it this place? I said, yes, it's the place.
Do you know what happened initially? No, when she initially asked you what area did you say, you just told her Pickering. So she
Pickering.
now came back to me and said, "Do you have the actual address?" I said, "Me, I don't have address because first of all, where are they going to send our card to?" So I'm like, I actually don't have address. So we need to get her because obviously when we get to immigration, we need to fill address of where you're going to stay.
Yeah.
And obviously you need the full information. So I was just like,
You
I
not say,
don't
oh,
know.
you Pickering. They'll be looking at you like, excuse me,
Where? She
so
was like that, you should have said these things now, that she would have found the way. I said, in came now, what are we going to do? She now said, okay, she will ask you for the address that she wants to come for the long day. And I
wait,
said,
now that we're even speaking about it, I need to go back and ask because Nkem messaged me I think when she asked for the address, she was like, "Oh, one of her housemate, no, one of somebody wants to send something to my house, and then she will get it when they come for Easter, and she will take it back." And I was like, "Who is this person? Like, if it is your own parcel, I won't have any issue with
right,
it."
right,
So I
right,
was like,
right.
who is this person? What are they sending? Like I was asking all of these
I think she
questions.
wanted to verify the address to be sure that we're getting the
Yeah, and I
full
was like,
address.
if it is your own parcel, it's fine. But yeah, somebody else's parcel, you don't even know this person per se. Like
Right.
I was just like, I don't know if I want the person to send anything to my house. If no, right. So now I'm thinking that could that also have been a just a
Yeah, because
line to
I think
get.
it was even last minute for me because I didn't know that you need to provide address of where you're
But with
going to be
this end
staying.
card too.
Do I know? Did I know? Have I been through the process at the airport? I didn't know. I just thought that it's something that you can do later. So
Ah,
I didn't know that they would have to ask you. So when I found that, in fact, when we got there to the immigration, the guy was asking, "It's a town as it's unit A or B money more down." Maybe I should have said I want to send password and verify myself. Now I don't know if in case I gotten the correct address, if there's unit A or B. When Total was just like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm saying,
that
if
was
they
one of
go
the first things that Eniola confirmed with me after
because
they came.
that's
She
what
was
was
like,
on my
do you people have unit A or unit? I was like, no,
B
this is a
because
town now, so there's no unit. It's just the
because the
address.
guy showed me, I'm like, me, I don't know how Canada houses are. I don't know how you people run things here. Let's
No,
not
yeah,
go
like
and be that.
apartments would have like unit something unit to
God.
that, but if it's a townhouse or single home,
Yeah.
then it won't have unit.
So then Inkem saying that she was going to come. So we all now agree that they would herself and Eno would arrive, I
On
think she said on
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
And then since we had told her that I wanted to record on Saturday, we all then go there on Saturday. That was the original thing that I had in my mind.
Hmm.
We then go to the airport. In Kem, where are we? Because I didn't even know, right? I was just texting her that, oh, how are
This
things?
night, guys, so them came in the afternoon. We picked them up and then brought them to the house, and they were here. We all like were chilling and all of that. It was a public holiday or statutory holiday,
Yes.
so we were all just here. And it was getting dark. It was getting late, and I was starting to feel like, he's getting late. Or she they won't go to their Airbnb. Like plus they, it was like what maybe 4 hours journey from Ottawa down here. So I was
Sure.
like, would they be tired? But again, I didn't want to say you guys need to be going because it was
Mm,
like as much as my intention was more so they must be tired. They must be tired. It might come across like, are you chasing us from your house? So
sure.
I was just like, okay, if they are still comfortable with staying, then that's fine. But I was really like thinking about the fact that it was getting late and
Right.
they
So
weren't going to the Airbnb.
the original plan was that we're going to go to the Airbnb. She had sent us the address, that address we had, and we had sent it to the person that was supposed to come pick us up from the airport. So everything was good until then. Then I was chatting with her to say, okay, how is everything going? Are you guys there already? She now said she was at your place. At
And
your
guys,
place?
let me even give you a
How?
backstory of how
Okay.
I've not been able to speak. So I think I was chatting with Eniola, I think the day before, and she was like, "Oh, she wasn't feeling too well. Like she wasn't very responsive." And I was finding it weird. I was like, "What is happening? Like, what's wrong with you?" And then
Sure.
she now said to me that, "Oh, she wasn't feeling well." I then now got worried. I was like, "Ha, see, she's not feeling well." With that,
God,
she was like, "Oh, she'll
guys,
talk to me
this
about
point.
it the following day." So I was like, hey, she's really not feeling well. Like something is up. And I remember when the came, I wasn't telling her, I was like, Enila is not feeling well. I've been trying to reach her. It's not good. And when she came, I was like, okay, let me even call her now. Let's since we're together, let's call her. It wasn't ringing. I then told the came that the call it's not ringing. Or like it's a different thing if he rang and she didn't pick.
Big, yeah. It
It
wasn't
wasn't
going,
ringing
yeah.
at all. So I was like, something must be up. And Kim was like, oh, don't worry. Let me also try and call her. So I was like, okay, let me just wait for her to call Eniola as well. And so you can imagine all of this happening in the house. And then later on, I was able to chat with her and it was like, she's finally back online. Like, what's happening? Are you okay? In my mind, I was already even saying, I don't think we can record the following day because
Yeah, because
she
of,
clearly wasn't
yeah.
feeling well, right? And I was like, okay,
Quote.
come, let's take a photo together. Let me send it to her. And she was still saying, but you know that Kem is my friend first. This one that you put up, but I say, hey, she was not like she's been messaging in Kem. Kem is not responding to her. That but Kem is there chilling with me, Abby. All of this was happening. I say, hey,
Yeah.
these ones were they've landed at the time that I was eventually able to chat with her.
So I think by the time I messaged and came and she was at you guys, I was like, okay, is that what we're coming to now? And she was like, yeah. I was like, okay, no problem. Now this time it was still sunlight or like 5 p.m. So the idea was that I was gonna press the bell. She was gonna ask you to come answer the door, and then everything was gonna happen like that. But since what happened, the person that was supposed to come and pick us up, let's not even get into it because I said I've forgiven them. Took so long to come and pick us up. So we all obviously you were trying or not understanding why they were staying there. It was getting late. It was now dark at this point.
Yeah.
I think we didn't arrive at your place until like 2 9,
Yeah. It was
something
like,
like the thoughts. Yeah, it was
yeah.
like 8:30 to 9. And so it was not like, okay, so what how are we going to do? First we entered. I think my shock was your husband was not surprised. I was like, okay, wait, what is happening? Because he didn't look shocked at all. At
And the
all.
thing is, he's been, I don't know. So it's been kind of, so he said something like in the week around, no, not the week. So I think he said something way back that, oh, you've been sold. Like, oh, and I asked, I was like, what do you mean? He didn't say anything, right? So he wasn't 100% sure as well, but he kind of was like, this might be happening, this might not be happening, this might be happening. So that's clearly why he wasn't shocked because it was, anyways,
Because, and I say this because I, at some point, thought about it. I'm like, wouldn't it be easier if I told him? Because it might be easier for him to be part of the
plan.
planning process. And Temita was like, no, let's surprise both of them. I was like, this one makes it harder. Now, all of my faith and hope and planning is in Kem's and if anything falls through, it's in Kem I'm going to hold because there's nobody else at this point.
That
I was just
knows.
like, my faith and my everything about this happening now is in Kem's hand. So it was now late that we got there, and then I think you were upstairs,
So I
you guys were
was on the living room.
downstairs.
I was on the living room, in the living area floor, and then for some reason I can't remember what I went to do upstairs. I shall
I
well,
think you went to check on your mom or something. I don't remember too.
maybe, but I remember I came downstairs, right, and there was no, like, it was only Eno that was downstairs. So Nkem and um my husband were not downstairs, like on the living floor. So I was even asking Eno, I was like, where did these people go to, right? And he was like, oh, you think they went downstairs? So in my head, I was like, oh, you know, Eno had been downstairs, like
Right.
on the ground floor with Adebanjo before. So
Mm.
I felt like, okay, maybe he took her downstairs, like to the ground floor to show her the ground floor, right? So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe they just went for it. See me thinking and still answering my questions in my head myself. So I sat down, um, and then I heard Adebanjo say, oh, babe, come. I can't remember. He was like, oh,
I
please,
think
can you
something
come?
about his chair,
Or
some
maybe is the internet or something.
internet.
He just said, okay, I should
Yeah.
come downstairs. So I was going downstairs thinking, oh, maybe there was something wrong with the internet or something. Sha, let me shall go downstairs. Is internet I went to go and look, look at downstairs, and I was
I
seeing
remember
Eniola.
I picture like vividly your face. You say, how
It
are
it
you
made
real?
it
How
didn't make any sense in my head. And let me even tell you what was not going through my head. I was like, so I think a week or two before then, I'd ranted and all of that, and then I'm like,
Oh, I
I don't
remember.
know. Like I think I just had like a meltdown that day, and I was like, my BR has not gotten approved. This is this. I don't even know if this girl trip is going to happen. We've not seen each other for what, 3 years. You said we're going to maybe try and see each other with girls trip this year. Doesn't, I don't even know when that's going to happen. Is highly dependent on me because I'm like, this PR needs to come. This is
Yeah.
this, and I'm like, I don't know when, if we don't see, I don't know when next I'm going to see you. This is
Sure.
this, and I remember that she sent me a voice note saying, oh, hey, like what's that will happen? I said maybe I will just come and
Yeah. I
see
said that
you.
Justin would just
It
have to
was like,
Justin
okay,
Trudeau would just have to approve my
and I was like, you know,
application.
CIC now with processing time. If you even apply for visitors visa, it's going to take forever. So in my head, when I saw it, it didn't make sense to me because I was like, I know that she said okay, she can come and see me if worse come to
But it can't
worse,
be that
but
fast
it
now,
can't be
could
that
you?
fast. Like I know that visitor visa like processing time is long. Like it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, it can't be real. This girl cannot be here. And then I was like, you can't be here. It's not possible that you're here. She's like, I was touching. I was like, are you real? Like, is this for real? Like, are you for
That was
real here?
hilarious. I
And then
think the
after I
funny
did
part
my
was
drum, after I
you
finished doing
forget.
the game,
You just
I
said, "Oh,
actually
Timmy
lifted
Tayo,
that.
sorry."
I totally even forgot Tim Tyre was there. I was just trying to ensure that you were real. I'm like, this
Oh
this is my
my
best friend, like this that I'm seeing like this in my house, like this. After I'd calmed down and realized that okay, you know what, she's actually here. It is real. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Let me tell you, you're here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot about you. I didn't even see
God. That
you.
was hilarious. Oh my god.
But anyways, that's how she
But
was here. Oh, I remember the following morning waking up. I'm like, so wait, Erila is actually like here. Wait, she's in Canada like this, like this, like this.
oh my
Wow.
god. It
We
was
all
hilarious.
slept really late that night because
We all did.
we were now trying to catch up. I was trying to understand how did this happen?
Yeah.
Explain to me what's
Yeah.
happening here. How are you here? Visitor's visa takes forever.
I think I was saying my point of view. Nke was saying now, oh, your mom too was shocked.
Yeah.
Everybody was, you were just crazy, chaotic.
But it was nice. It was really
Yeah.
nice. Then her birthday was she spent her birthday here, and that
Yeah.
was good as well. But
Yeah.
it was good. I love surprises, so I'm not mad at
Yes.
all.
I'm glad
Like
that I could pull that off because just like if I can't, I don't know that I can pull
in
off
mine,
any
I'm
other
like
surprise again.
since then I've been saying to myself that I'm going to get this girl back. I don't know how,
I don't
but
know too.
my day is gonna come. My day is gonna come. This has been a very long gist,
Oh my
guys.
god, it was not supposed to be this long.
I swear, I don't know how we got here. Anyways, I'm sure you guys enjoyed the gist.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys enjoyed the gist. She
Like
has
my ear
clearly
is actually
said,
paining me. I've been smiling so
really?
much.
She has clearly said that that video is going to come out on the internet
Yes.
one way or the other.
Soon, soon,
So
soon, soon,
you
soon,
guys will
soon.
get to
It
see
might just be
my
the intro for the next season. You never know. So you just
see
need to stay glued. Keep connected. Keep subscribing, liking, sharing,
sharing and all
And
that good stuff.
also, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because of the
Yes,
videos that we have coming up. You're gonna really
yes.
enjoy them, and
You're
you don't want to
absolutely going
miss.
to enjoy them.
You don't want to
So
miss that.
make
So
sure you subscribe.
yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.